So, you think you've got what it takes? They call us Apex Legends. But not all legends are heroes. Remarkable. Each fight for their own reasons.
I knew your every move. Shoot ready.
From the ashes of war, legends are born. They're icons of strength and power.
Time to win.
Outside the ring,
Thank you.
they're champions.
You guys miss me?
Inside, they're equals. But the goal remains the same.
We drop.
Become an Apex Legend.
Fight strong.
They say it's a sport of survival.
First blood.
You ask me, it's simple, eh? They kill you, they're better. You kill them, you're better.
What is up, you guys? This is All Danny Day 1 on the PS4, and I'm going to be giving you a video, basically like a beginner's guide video on Apex Legends. So Apex Legends did just release on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. It's a new Battle Royale game, and this game is actually pretty fun, and it's a very different from all the other Battle Royales you might be used to, such as Fortnite or PUBG, or I guess like Realm Royale. It's a little closer to Realm Royale in a sense, because with Realm Royale you do benefit more from using specific items for specific classes, but for this it's a little different than that. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at the legends first, so all the characters you can unlock. Or you start with these 6 first, and then you have to unlock Caustic and Mirage either with the in-game currency or the legend currency, which is earned through the loot boxes that you get whenever you level up. From what I know of, I'm not sure what you get for winning though, so sorry about that. If you do win, you probably get those. But anyways, we're gonna have to go ahead and take a look at the abilities. I'm not gonna really go into too much detail about what the abilities do or look like. I'm just gonna read them so you guys can see them. So for Bloodhound, or for all 8 of your classes, or all classes, they get a passive, tactical, and an ultimate. So for Bloodhound, you get Tracker. Foes leave behind clues for you to find. And then for the tactical, Eye of the Allfather, briefly reveal enemies' traps and clues through all structures in front of you. Now for the ultimate, you get Beast of the Hunt. Transform into the ultimate hunter, enhances your senses, allowing you to see cold tracks and move faster. Now also with the tacticals generally don't have a very long cooldown either. I'd say it ranges, depending on the class, it ranges around 7 seconds to like maybe 15 seconds. So it's not too long, but I mean 15 seconds could be really long in the heat of the battle. Next you have Gibraltar. I'm pretty sure I said that wrong, but he's basically your tank. You get on the passive gun shield, aiming down sights, deploy a gun shield that blocks incoming fire. Now I just want you guys to keep in mind, it's not going to block all shots that are like behind you or anything, but you do take a lot less damage, or not a lot, but you do take less damage. Now for the tactical, you get Dome of Protection. Just think of Destiny's Titan, the Titan shield or the Titan bubble. That's what Dome of Protection basically is. Throw down a dome shield that blocks attacks for 15 seconds. Really good for defensive play. And then you have your ultimate defensive bombardment. Call in a concentrated mortar strike on a position you mark with smoke. Next you have Lifeline, which is the combat medic. So passive, you get combat medic, revive knockdown teammates faster while protected by a shield wall. Healing items are also used 25% faster, which is going to be really nice. Now you have tactical, DOC heal drone or doc heal drone. The drone of compassion, DOC or doc, automatically heals those near it over time. Now you have to keep in mind with this though, it's not a very long range. You have to be pretty close ranged with this one. Now you have your ultimate, which is a care package. Call in a dropped full of high quality defensive gear, which is going to be really useful when if your team can't go around finding all the legendary items and whatnot. You can summon this ultimate and then you'll get it's only 3 items though, so there you can only play with up to 3 players in a group, and I don't think there's any solos, so you will be able to benefit this with a whole team. Next is going to be Pathfinder. So Pathfinder is another medic. sort of medic. It's a support. Now, for the passive, you get insider knowledge. Scan a survey beacon to reveal the ring's next location. And then you have tactical, grappling hook, grapple to get to out of reach places quickly. So if you're under attack, shoot that grappling hook and then you'll just zip away somewhere else. And then you have your ultimate zipline gun. Creates a zipline for everyone to use, which this could actually be very useful. I wasn't using this, but I had one of my teammates was using this, and it helped a lot actually, just to get around wherever we needed to go. And now you have Wraith. So I think Wraith is one of the more popular ones, because it seems like every single time I get in a match, the first person I get to choose always chooses this class. But anyways, for the passive, you got Voices from the Void. You hear a voice when danger approaches. As far as you can tell, it's on your side, which basically means whenever there's an enemy nearby, something's gonna start talking to you. Once you start hearing voices and enemies near. And then tactical. Into the void, reposition quickly through the safety of the void, space avoiding all damage. Very, very nice. And then you have your ultimate dimensional rift, link 2 locations with portals for 60 seconds. Also very nice for your team and yourself to just get through anywhere. And now you have Bangalore. And then for the passive, you get double time. Taking fire while sprinting makes you move faster for a brief time. And then for the tactical, smoke launcher, fire a high velocity smoke canister that explodes into a smoke wall on impact. Now for the ultimate, you get rolling thunder, call in an artillery strike that slowly creeps across the landscape. Really good as well. Smoke launcher is also really nice to have. But I mean, the Bangalore was actually one of the enemies that actually ended up killing me pretty quick. But next you have Caustic and Mirage. These two you have to, like I said, you have to purchase or earn in game. So Caustic is basically a poison or toxic class. You get on your passive, knocks vision. You gain threat vision on enemies moving through your gas. And then Nox gas trap. Place up to 6 canisters that release deadly Nox gas when shot or triggered by enemies. And then for the Nox gas grenade, blanket a large area in Nox gas. So it basically just allows you to start doing damage over time on enemies, as well as being able to see them if they are getting hit by the Nox gas. And then you have Mirage. So with Mirage on the passive, Encore, you get automatically drop a decoy and cloak for 5 seconds when you're knocked down. And then for the Psych Out, for tactical, send out a holographic decoy to confuse the enemy, which I actually really like that. I like being able to trick the enemy, because it's funny when they run and fight your decoy thinking it's you. Now you have Vanishing Act. Mirage deploys a team of decoys to distract enemies while he cloaks. So this is also really nice. It works the same way as Psych Out. It throws out 3 of your decoys. I believe it's 3 decoys, and it does put you invisible for a small amount of time, so that way you can kind of get out of danger. And that is it for all of the legends, and I will show you real quick on unlocking them. So as you can see, you have different skins as well, but these are just for skins, not for the actual character. But for the skins alone, you have to have the currency, the crafting material. As you can see, I only have 15, and I only got 15 from getting a box. And you get the boxes, either you can buy them in the store, but you can also earn them from just playing the game and leveling up. And right now I'm only level 3 or level 2 or level 3, and I had 2 Apex packs, and they actually give you pretty good, like you have a pretty high chance of getting good stuff as well. So it's not too bad, but I honestly wouldn't recommend buying any of these bits. I ended up getting the starter pack anyways, and I did drop a $10 so I can unlock the last 2 legends. But with the legends, you can get the legends with Apex coins, or you can buy it with legends tokens as well. So when you start playing the game, or once you get into a match, you're going to be put in a match with either randoms or with your friends. You're going to have to choose certain classes. So if someone chooses one class, you cannot choose the same class as them. For example, as you can see, this person chose Wraith, and then this person just chose Bloodhound, and then I decided to choose Mirage. So you're never going to be able to choose the same characters, but the opposite team, they can choose the characters that you chose, because there's only 8 characters out of the, I believe, 20 different teams that you're going to be going against. And then here you're also going to be able to see like the little cards and whatnot, like the kills and everything. And it's pretty, I think it's pretty unique to see who you're with. And then here you're going to see that that's the last champions. Those are the players that ended up winning previously before. And then on the jump as well, so when you're gonna do a jump, you're going to have one person as the squad leader, and the squad leader gets to choose where you jump. You can choose to jump by yourself and leave your team, or you can have the squad master or squad leader choose where you guys go. As you can see, I'm able to guide my team wherever I want them to go on here, which is pretty, I think it's pretty unique, so that way you never actually get lost and get separated from your team, and I think it's a pretty unique way of going about it. So I just want to talk a little bit about gunplay. So gunplay on this game actually it doesn't feel bad at all. It actually feels very smooth. It feels as if I was playing Destiny's or I guess Call of Duty's controls, which in my opinion has really good controls. The only thing I don't like is the fact that I can't change my bumpers, because I like using L1 as my aim and R1 as my shot, and then using R2 and L2 for my abilities or whatever. So I think that it would have been nice to be able to change those out in the settings, but unfortunately you can't. You can change it to like Legacy and Southpaw and all those if you prefer using those type of, I guess, controls. But yeah, the gunplay is it's very smooth. The sensitivity isn't bad at all, and I think I honestly can see myself playing this a lot more often, because I never really played too many battle royales. Mainly because either the controls are a little wonky or I just don't like the gameplay. So there's going to be a lot of different type of loot in the matches as well. So you're going to find weapon mags or certain ammos for certain weapons. I mean, different ammos for different weapons is in all type of battle royals. But I think what's really nice about this is the fact that you'll have different mods for different weapons, and you'll have different, like, completely unique weapons and unique equipment and whatnot. And I think it's really nice to have, as well as having these extra abilities and whatnot, because I think the abilities does make it a little more open for other players. And then another thing I want to mention is different weapons like legendaries, epics, and all those are not scarce. They're actually pretty easy to come by, especially if you can find one of the locations in the game, like one of the beacon locations, or find a supply box, because the supply boxes will always generally have epics or legendaries. And just because you get an epic or legendary doesn't mean it's going to be the most overpowered weapon or anything, but it's really nice. So right here, I'm going to be showing you some pretty solid gameplay of myself and some of my team using our abilities. And one of my partners, the one that's up there, he's playing the Wraith. He ran back because he's taking too much damage, but what was nice is he was able to use the Wraith ability. Here I just send out my decoy, my one decoy, and all of them start attacking my decoy. And the decoy doesn't last very long. After it's shot a few times, it dies out. But you know, they all still fought for it, and we were able to just take them out, which was, I think, is pretty unique, being able to use these certain abilities to trick your enemies or to really help benefit your gameplay for both you and your team. So just a few minutes after we had defeated that group, we ended up losing to this group over here, because they knew how to play, they knew how to use their abilities and whatnot. And I did panic right there, used my ultimate, and obviously my decoys weren't able to spread out as much as I'd like them to. But with this, I think what makes this battle royale a little bit more unique than the others is because you can still rely on gunplay, but you're also relying on abilities, and that's what both of our teams were doing. Both sides were using abilities as well as using gunplay and teamwork. games like Fortnite relies heavily on being able to build really well, as well as having a solid amount of gunplay as well. And here I ended up dying, but you know, I think the game can do very well. I think this game is really fun, and I guess that's pretty much it with this video. If this helped you out, go and leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions, concerns, let me know down in the comment section as well. This is all day and day one on the PS4. Have a good day, good night, and peace.